competition ribeye steak on a pellet smoker? Sure, why not? Ran out. Let's do hickory. There we go. Now you might be thinking, Grill Sergeant, this looks like a ridiculous amount of tools just to do a steak competition. And you're absolutely right. It is. You're not going to win that $1,500 grand prize just by throwing salt and pepper on it. Now, last week I was invited to help out at a local steak competition. I got to meet the legendary pitmaster Tuffy Stone, and I got to bump into people that are fans of this show. It was so much fun. So to all you competition guys out there, I finally understand it. All right, before we whip out our meat, sorry. Before we start carving up our ribeye, let's talk about the tools you're gonna need to do a competition steak. First thing here are grill grates. Now, grill grates are an essential tool at giving those awesome diamond marks on the steak. Also with that, it also does come with the grill grate spatula. This spatula will go actually inside the grooves here. Another tool you're gonna need is a scraper, a hair pick, and I'll explain what that's for later. We got some twine, we got a Ziploc bag, some beef consomme, a very sharp knife. I have a chef's temp thermometer that's going to give us a very accurate reading. Now, when it comes to barbecue seasonings, layers, layers, layers. Definitely a lot of layers. And what you're looking for is that one bite of steak is going to blow the judge's mind. Let's get started. Well, that was easy. I'm trying out H-E-B's new airdrop delivery service. Thank you. All right, let's clean this up. Much better. All right, let's get carving. So a lot of this outer fat right here, the hard fat, we are going to curve this up right in here, and then we're going to shape it. So it's pretty much going to be this shape inside here. So let's get a very sharp knife and get to work. All right, now you're going to get your twine. You're going to roll out, probably about that long is good. We're going to come in here and we're going to wrap it around once, twice, thrice, and we are going to pull it tight. That is going to help now keep its shape. We're going to spin it around. Same thing, we're going to once, twice, thrice. We're going to pull it tight, and then we are just going to do a simple knot like so. If there's anything that is bulging out because of tightening, then we're just going to trim back a little bit. So see how this bulged out here? Just going to dial this back. So definitely if the fat comes up a little bit more than it should, it's okay to come in here and actually make it go down a little bit, just because when we're cooking it, that is going to raise itself. So let's come in here, dial this back a little bit. All right, now it's time to whip out your hair pick. So we're going to take the hair pick and we are just going to get nice and stabby. All right, now it's time for the marinade. You're going to take a gallon Ziploc bag. You're going to be using 2 tablespoons of Ace's Wild. This is their OG Wicked Pig. And then a full can of beef consomme. You're going to mix these two together in this bag. All right, so on my phone, I have a timer app and I have an 11-minute timer. We're going to put this in, going to zip it up, and then I'm going to hit start. We just want to make sure that this gets coated all around. All right, let's get this beast fired up. This is the Pit Boss Pro Series Elite 1600. It would help if it was plugged in. All right. And now we are going to flip it. And I will hit start. And then another 11 minutes on this side. All right, so now I'm gonna get these grill grates in. Set these down right here. Just wanna make sure that they are as center as possible. So now we're gonna close this down and crank up the temp. And I am gonna open up the burn pot just because I want to let all those flames hit the grill grates. You're also gonna need to get yourself a little steak weight here. Then you're gonna take some aluminum foil and just wrap it up just like so. Beautiful. All right. So now I'm gonna put a paper towel down. I'm gonna pull this out. I'm just going to pat our steak down. All right, let's season our meat. All right, first seasoning here is Boar's Night Out. This is their spicy white lightning. And don't be afraid to go heavy with this. You're judged on one bite, so don't feel like you're over seasoning it. We're gonna do our sides. Next, I'm gonna be hitting it up with Primetime Bovine Shine and their Unicorn All-Purpose Seasoning. I already actually have it pre-mixed in this Cambro shaker, and so this is equal parts of that, and that is going to help make this color absolutely pop on this ribeye. And we will be getting the sides as well. All right, now we're just gonna let it rest and have those seasonings start soaking in until our Pit Boss is up to temp. I have my phone set to a bunch of timers. That is gonna let me know how long the steak is on for. I have an infrared gun that is gonna let me know the top of the grill grate temperature. I have the grill grate spatula right here. I have a scraper here. This is to scrape down anything that was left on the grates. I have my steak weight right here, and then I have a little napkin. So with that being said, I think we can rock and roll right around that 600 mark, which is perfect. All right, I have my timer set for 50-second intervals. So we're just gonna set it down just like so. I'm gonna grab my steak weight, set that on just like that, and close it down. I'm gonna hit the timer, and that starts the 50 seconds. All right, we're going to lift. I'm going to wipe down this. I'm going to lift our steak up, and now I'm going to clean off the grill grates. All right, I'm gonna put this back down like so, just like that. The steak weight on, and close this down. We're gonna hit the timer. So I'm going to wipe this down. All right, timer is coming off. I'm gonna lift this up. Going to wipe this down. We're going to lift this up. We'll flip this around. Gonna clean down the grill grates. Gonna set this down. Steak weight on. Timer started. Okay, steak weight off. Going to wipe this down. Going to pick up our steak. Now let's look at the other side. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful. Back on. Steak weight on. All right. Steak weight off. And now we're going to take it off. All right. Set this down here just like so. All right, this is where our thermometer is going to come in play. This is the Chef Temp. This is their Quad X Pro. I'm going to see where the center of the steak is, and I'm going to hold my thumb right about here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the center of the steak. I'm just going to push it into where my thumb hits. That is now basically giving me an internal reading. All right. Just like so. Close this up. All right, now we're going to do some math here. We have the internal temperature saying about 118, 119. Our total cook that we're trying to raise it up to before we pull it to let it rest is going to be 128. And so what I try to do is take that in-between number and half it. So about 123 is when I'm going to go in there and then flip the steak. We're at 123. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to flip that. Just want to make sure that's going to cook evenly on all sides. Alarms are going off, so let's get this steak pulled. Okay, I'm going to set it right here. All right, with the probe still inside, I'm actually going to take some aluminum foil. We're going to take our steak. We're going to place it in here. The internal temperature is still going to rise, and it's going to rise for about 10 degrees over the next 10 minutes. When turning in a competition steak, you're usually aiming for a ballpark of 135 to 138. We are there. Let me pull this probe out. Whoop. Now, before we turn this into the judge, we're going to take some primetime cow glitter. We're just going to dust the top of this like so. We're going to dust the top just like so. Let's carve in. Oh, beautiful. So they're going to cut the ribeye pretty much in half. Half of it, the judge is going to grade that side on appearance. The other half is going to be judged on how it tastes. So without further ado, let me go in here. No words can really describe the blast of absolute flavor. All right, so I have my taste testers here. Let me get a piece and let me know what you think.
Oh. Juicy. Oh my. I like it. Really good. I like it.
It's really good. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Take the rope off when you're before you turn it into your judges. I could have gotten disqualified. Oh my goodness. It is a ton of effort, yes, but the flavor is crazy. So I think we're gonna devour this right now. Take it inside. Thank you guys for watching. See you on the next one.